we don't have to cast our minds back very long ago to think that in the political discourse of our country, in our provinces, those weren't the sort of pejoratives that got tossed around. We disagreed, but we didn't call each other names that were so offensive and terrible, and that it's become rather caustic. And I think we're affected by American politics, and that's just become increasingly more sort of caustic. And I just, you're right. Those words are just offensive.
And it's those personal attacks that I think do such a great disservice to the overall debate, because then one side will say, because of that personal attack, well, now I can just discount everything you're saying, because, and then the whole argument just breaks
down. How do you
down.
argue with somebody who, once they don't understand or they get past the argument stage, they name calling? At that point, you just sort of,
it's done.
Yeah, you're like, okay, we're done.
I'd rather dissect some issues and talk about issues, about the various points of view on that, than assume that somebody who is whatever pro Donald Trump or whatever is something.
Yeah.
Because people are complicated, and they have various facets to their personalities in most cases, and that does it's not that simple to just say somebody's it's the what's the other, leftist progressives.
Oh, yes.
That's another good one.
I'm a snowflake, by the way.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I've been called that a lot.
Every one of them's unique.
And not only that, a whole bunch of them together make a real mess, I'll tell you, and they can cause a lot of effect on people. So we in this city should know that when snowflakes pile up, we can make a difference.
And if you stop and look at one really closely, it's pretty beautiful.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Thank you, Ken. I feel so special.
This is just digressing into some love, which is exactly what we need. But texters who are constantly coming, agreeing with us that it is who say the name calling is just because someone can't stand on their argument alone. That's what they have to resort to the name calling. You know what it comes down to? We just need to be nicer.
Well, we need to do what our mothers taught us. It's nice to treat people like you want to be treated.
That's pretty simple. Yeah. My husband and I were on a road trip, and a bunch of kids were hosting this event where they were selling things that were supposed to show their worldview. Okay. And one girl had a T-shirt with a map of the world on it, and in every language, it was the golden rule, and that's what it was: treat other people the way you should be treated, the way you want to be treated. And it was all these little foreign words, and it was really sweet. And I know people go, but it's true.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it I think the very fundamental nature, just on a world religions point of view, is that we long to have people treated with dignity and respect. And if we do that, we don't need to descend into this sort of vitriol that we see in politics. Let's move to something like it.
Interesting. Is it chicken or the egg? Another text at 101290. The reason why people on the right use libtards is because they're tired of being called racist just because they support Trump or anyone else. The left doesn't do that.
I agree.
Chicken or egg?
I agree. You're right.
Yeah.
But just because, once again,
like so many right.
Exactly. I was just going to say, just like your mom said, you know what it comes down to? It's the lost art of empathy.
Yeah.
We can't see. We can't see the other person's perspective anymore. Look, people voted for Donald Trump.
Yes.
For a reason.
People who love their families and have jobs and are just, living their lives. It doesn't make sense,
But can you stop and put yourself in their place and consider what could have motivated you?
What's going on? What's happening in the context, in the wider context, that people feel so disenchanted that that's where they go.
Precisely.
So I think that's really where we need to be, is to look to where people are, how their lives are, what are the issues that cause people to feel the way they do and vote the way they do. And I think it's incumbent upon all who offer themselves for leadership in politics to do just that, to listen to what's going on, and maybe put aside a little bit the party politics, listen to what the constituents need, work towards their end and their goals, and we ought to be, as constituents, people who look at those that we elect. And again, we're a parliamentary system, so looking at the people we elect locally and saying, look, here are the needs in my community, here are the needs in my home, here's what's going on for me. I understand you have a party platform, but what I want to know is, how can you do this to help us here locally in London?
Perfect.
Awesome.
Kevin, Thank you for braving the traffic for us of the
Apologize
traffic
for my
lights
late
this morning.
arrival.
That's
It's all right,
okay.
no problem.
Leave at 5:30 next week.
Exactly. Kevin George from St. Aidan's Church, always great to see you, my friend.
Always good to be here.
Congratulations to Matthew Cerny. He knew that the Liberals have been in power in Ontario for 15 years.
And that piece of information has won Matt tickets to the Great Lakes International Air Show at the St. Thomas Municipal Airport coming next weekend. Rena Dixon is on the way with the news, and then after 8 o'clock, Morning Share, all things on social media that are trending, including a video. You know how parents just will randomly take videos of their kids doing awesome things? Well, a couple of those Facebook posts that have gone extremely viral. Hi, I'm Mark Mullerberg from Metropolitan Maintenance. Along with providing janitorial services to airports, office complexes, medical facilities, and industrial plants, we specialize in construction and renovation cleanup. Our experienced crews will provide initial and final cleanings to both old and new buildings. No matter what the facility, we'll work around your schedule to ensure that your building will be clean and ready for when it's time to move in. Metropolitan Maintenance, voted London's best cleaning service 7 years in a row. Call 519-679-8810 or visit metromaintenance.ca.
This is CJBK AM London, a division of Bell Media, News Talk 1290. CJBK, the voice of today's London, an iHeart radio station online at cjbk.com.
It's 8 o'clock. Good morning from the CBD newsroom. I'm Marina Dixon. Mostly cloudy to start, then clearing this afternoon. More muggy today, a high of 24, feeling like 28. Right now it's 13 degrees. Definitely dry. The traffic lights are currently going on now on Highbury at Fanshawe Park Road.